How's it going? It's Nasty T, and this is part 4 of how to get better at Call of Duty map control. If you want to see parts 1 through 3, the links are in the description. So what is map control? Basically, it's what both teams are going to fight over the entire time. It's normally a spot or a few spots on a map that can see majority of the map. Most routes to the objectives lead to you. You're in the action, and you constantly have the advantage. So here on Nuketown we have a perfect example. I'm going to sit behind this car pretty much the entire gameplay, and you're going to see me pick a lot of people off. I can see B. There's only 4 ways they can come out. There's the window up top, the door, the front door of the house, and the 2 side yards, and they pretty much have to flow through me to that, and anything that sneaks by I pretty much can have covered because I can see so many different parts of the cul-de-sac. Why this is important, like I said, both teams are going to be fighting over this because of the huge advantages you get. The first is controlling spawns, especially on Nuketown. It's huge because there's a few kind of auxiliary spawns. If your team is rushed into their spawn, it'll flip into the middle of the street sometimes, but because I'm here, I'm covering a lot of the spawns, like I'm just looking at them, so the spawns cannot be flipped in case my team presses forward. Also, it's just going to keep everyone in front of me. We all know when you get lost and you're not exactly sure where the other team is, you're going to die a lot because they're going to kill you from behind or the side before you even have a chance to fight back. So that's the biggest one. I'm going to keep them back in their C spawn here, and they're just going to have to come right to me. The next, you're going to control objectives, because basically where I'm sitting, you're going to see me pull out the lightning strike here. I'm going to lock down half of this level. There's only so many ways to get across here on Nuketown because it is a smaller level, and I'm taking away half the cul-de-sac. So my team can either all go to B and take the objectives, or if they come this way, if they come around that bus, they don't have to worry about getting shot, they don't have to worry about the other team, because they're going to come around cleanly, and eventually they can loop back to B, they can apply pressure, and 1 or 2 guys can easily get B because of what you're doing behind this car, basically shutting down half the map, and it's going to really frustrate the other team. Help your teammates. I kind of covered that a little bit with coming around the bus, but like I said, if you come around this corner of this bus and you're not behind the car and there's someone up in that window, or there's someone sniping from the side yard, there's all these people that I'm taking out, that I'm clearing, that's helping my team A, take the objective, B, get in the spawn. All these things are going to help not only my KD rise because it's going to keep the pressure off me, but it's going to help my teammates flourish as well. So we've laid out why it's important. It's basically a really advantageous spot. You're going to see I'm behind this car, so basically the way it works is this car can take a fair amount of damage, then it gets on fire, you back up, you blow it up, and then you're good to go the rest of the round. This car is an absolute tank. It can take an unlimited amount of damage once it's exploded, and you can shoot, lay down if you take a little damage, or you can reload behind it and you're good to go. So recapping once again, you're going to control the spawns, so you're not going to get killed from behind. You're going to control the objectives, you're going to help your teammates, and you are going to put yourself in a constant situation to have the advantage. It is difficult to have map control. In the previous episode, I talked a little bit about map flow, kind of understanding the routes people take, and with map control, you're normally going to be in a really, really high leverage spot because everyone wants it, in a high activity spot because I mean, look where I'm standing. You can see pretty much everything. So it is a little bit of a learning curve. The more skill you have in this game, the better you are at aiming, the better you are at ducking behind cover when you're hurt, the better this is going to go, because this isn't something you do when you're a beginner. It's a difficult thing to do. You kind of have a lot to take in. There's the B flag. There's in between the two, the bus and the moving van. There's the window up top, the front door. So there's a lot of things to process and look at. So this is something you can kind of work your way towards. And like I say, practice makes perfect. So even if you're not the best player in the world, I'd say go for this because you do have that advantage. You do have that cover. But just so you're aware, there's going to be a lot of people coming, a lot of activity, which leads me into my next point. The best classes for map control on a map like this, I prefer a light machine gun or something with a clip size above 30. So whether it's an assault rifle with extended mags, light machine gun, whatever you want to do, a lot of ammo helps because you're going to see so many people. You don't want to constantly be reloading. Yes, you can duck behind the car. Fast mag is a decent substitute, but I like to be able to lay that suppressive fire down because I know they're going to be coming out of their spawns, and it's just going to be a very crazy active place, and I hate running out of ammo. So next, why it's different from camping. It's very different. Map control and camping, I don't think are the same thing, because if someone's sitting up, we're going to switch over to some overflow gameplay. I actually just want to show you a different map to understand what we're doing. We're going to take that middle room above B, because a lot of videos, they'll show me something, an example will be on one map, and then I'll be like, okay, I understand how to do it on that map, but how do I transfer that? So I'm going to show you two maps here and hopefully help you out a little bit. But a difference between camping and map control. If you're sitting up in this middle room above B and you consider that camping, okay, that's fine. But I mean, look at what you're doing. You have the back door behind you with that high traffic alley. You have the two windows across the way. You have the B flag. You have their spawn. There's so many things going on. I think you're working really hard in here. And if you want to call it camping and not like it, okay. But this is such a powerful position. I guess I'm going to camp here all day if that's what you consider, because it can help my team so much, like all the reasons I laid out. I'm going to win the game because I'm playing objective, and a lot of campers don't do that. So lastly, what I wanted to cover is one of the huge advantages is if you have map control, you normally do have cover, but also you're pressed up in the middle of the map or kind of the sides in the middle because you're going to be in that high traffic, high leverage area that everyone wants to be. You're going to constantly be pushing them back into their spawn, and it's going to lead to them getting lazy, frustrated, and constantly sprinting out. You're going to see in this video, I take out quite a few people that are sprinting at me that never even shoot at me because they're frustrated and they want to get back in the action so quickly. They just press out too rash, too crazy, and it leads to them dying even more. So there is a bit of a multiplier when you can take that map control. If you've ever played a game like Halo, there's always like a hill where the sniper rifle spawns in that everyone sits at, and you have the advantage because you can duck behind cover, and everyone's trying to go there, and it kind of becomes the metagame of, okay, I need to take this high leverage spot to win the game. So if you can sit there and hold that, you're going to win way more of your games, you're going to kill more people, and your team's going to overall do better because they're killing people, which keeps pressure off you, like I said, and it just multiplies and stacks, and you have a great game. So if you're ever sitting up in a spot like the window over B here on Overflow, or you are behind that car on Nuketown, oh, beautiful. So that pretty much sums up map control, what you want to do, how you want to fight for it, what it gives you. Coming out with a new episode probably here in the next few days. How to get better at Call of Duty Part 5, I assume would be. So my name's Nasty T, and thanks for the view.